Okay, here we are. I did not even check audio levels. Music's probably a little loud. Let's drop that music down. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna do some mouse modding, and I should bring up my old YouTube channel so I can actually see a live chat. All right. Yeah, we're going to be taking a look at a few mice today. These are all mice that I've actually already have opened before, but I did not do an Omron Optical swap into them because I did not have my 50 bajillion Omron Opticals yet. So, let me go to my channel, and I think we're going to start with the N7. That's the one I'm the most eager to do. That and the High Ground Yuma. This is also kind of an underrated. It's underrated but overrated. It's overpriced. I think you're crazy if you're interested in it at the $130 asking price. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. But it's a surprisingly good large shape. It's got like very vertical. It's got like very vertical sides on it, but it has tapering, like an hourglass figure to it. It's actually quite nice. If you're the kind of person who keeps your fingers very low, like dragging on the mouse pad, this lip actually might be a little sharp for you. But if you like having your fingers up a bit higher, it's very, very comfy. And I got this cool like Borderlands looking colorway. I forget what they call it. Trying to see if it says on the bottom. It doesn't. It starts with the letter C, I thought. I don't know, I got a few good mice here that I might get into. Why don't we start actually though? You know what? I'm gonna change it up. I lied. I'm going to actually start with the Ausdom G03 because this, all I want to do is I made it a little bit too glossy. So this will just be a very easy, quick mod. But you know what? I also forgot I need to, sorry, I'm back over at my desktop because I need to Discord message. So we go to Mousecast and we say at Mousecast modding stream live right now. Zaopin Z1, a Darmoshark N7, and more. Post the picture and do youtube.com/manphalanges. I wonder if that'll link if I type my URL. It doesn't. Okay, cool. Go to my channel then, youtube.com/manphalanges. Okay. Save. Okay, sure. And then we'll do the same thing we'll do a tweet. Back to the Twitter. Modding stream live now. Darmoshark N7, Zaopin Z1, and more. And then let's attach the image. No, I won't do it. Sure, I'll do an image. Pick for attention. There's like Facebook groups for like car swap stuff. And if they just ask a generic question, they'll have a picture post and they'll do PFA, pick for attention. So I'll do the same thing. Okay. So if those of you guys who are watching, how many of you guys are in the Discord? How many of you guys watch Mouse? I assume pretty much everyone watching this right now does Mousecast. Have you received the RAWM ER21? Says Cow. If I'm saying it right, Chow. I have not received it yet. You want me to check tracking? It'll take me a moment, but I can check tracking real quick actually. Let's see here. I gotta go to my email on the other screen so you don't see it. What a good question, because I personally am curious too. Okay, it wants me to log in. It wants me to do like multi-factor, so we're just gonna go on my phone. Oh, I gotta charge my phone too. Yes, I sure do. Go to my email app. And we go to the account that I communicate to people on, and we search ER21. Hello, dog. Oh, you see another doggy. Yeah. Okay, honey. We sent the package to you on 9/4. I have the tracking number. Let's web search that. Oh, tracking number is not showing up, so let's cut that and let's go to universal tracking number lookup. Universal parcel tracking lookup. We're gonna find out real soon. RAWM ER21. I'm looking forward to it too. I saw a post on Twitter that somebody was saying, whoa, no way, it says it's out for delivery yesterday. But I didn't receive it yesterday, I don't think. I could go check downstairs. I did receive a package, but it's not marked as delivered, so I guess they just didn't deliver it yesterday. But I'll check this package downstairs. Oh, okay. Not it. Okay, nope, I don't have it yet. So maybe I'll get it tomorrow? Yeah, I requested the green one. I requested the green one or the orange one because I was like, you probably want to pick a color that'll stand out in thumbnails for you guys. Get yourself some recognition. But I saw a Twitter post saying how it feels lighter than the ES21, even though the ES21 is actually factually lighter. It's like 45 grams versus the ER21's 49 grams. But, I mean, mice can kind of feel that way if it's, like, not dense. So if it's, like, very large for its weight, which 49 grams for an ergo, for a solid shell ergo, is very impressive. Especially for a large ergo? Like, how big is the ER21? If you look it up on ELO shapes, is it... I thought it was between, like, an EC1 and an EC2. So I thought it was on, like, the medium-large sort of size category. These stock skates that come with this Ausdom G03, they're not terrible. They're just a little thin. One thing I could do is I could shave down the little perimeter. I don't know. Sometimes when I do that, the mouse ends up looking kind of jank. So we'll skip it for now. EC2 size says Chow. Cow? Okay. Am I saying your name correctly? How is it? How am I supposed to say your name? Well, what Nash? Cow Duke An. I have no idea how to say that. What is that? Vietnamese? Yeah, is it chow or cow? Like the Spanish chow is CH or CIAO, right? Or wait, is that Italian? Oh shoot, I should know this. Well, CI in Italian is a choo-choo, is a ch-ch-ch sound. That's cool if you're from Vietnam or something. I'm always surprised at like how much viewership is from outside the US for both mine and Daz's content. Maybe it has to do with the like off-brand mice that we view, that we talk about. Off-brand. Smells? I wrote on this battery smells. Wait, can you guys see that? Smells. Cow. Okay. Thank you, cow. Yep, so this mouse actually comes stock with Omron opticals. We ain't doing nothing to this one, just gonna change the coating to it because, can you guys see that? It's kind of shiny. Yeah, I think I glossified it a little bit too much. I don't know. I have gone back and forth. Like, sometimes I really, really dig a super duper high gloss mouse, but other times it just feels kind of cheap. I don't know. I'm indecisive, I guess. But I'm gonna take apart the upper shell completely. I'm gonna take out the buttons and I'm gonna take out the side clicks here because I want to keep those side buttons nice and glossy. Yeah, I like having side buttons that are a different texture from the rest of the mouse because the textural difference is good feedback. So apparently, somebody can fact check me on this, but reaction times are faster for, is it auditory or by feel? I think it's by feel. It's faster than visual. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so I will not glossify that part. Oh, this has foam in it. Wow, they did a good job with that. They actually included some foam here. This Ausdom. I don't even know how you're supposed to say Ausdom. It's A-U-S-D-O-M. Wait, you guys want to... Oh, I have it covered up. Well, whatever. A-U-S-D-O-M. Ausdom. Ausdom D-O-M. Yeah. Let's do some lo-fi and some modding today. I also need to replace my GPX skate on like the last live stream. The PTFE delaminated from the skate. These are, I think, core pads. They're really nice skates, but yeah, I got these skates from someone and they are peeling up like mad. I don't know. Maybe I don't. That's one disadvantage of the like classroom organizer storage thing that I do. It you know, when you put your mouse face down, you're using gravity to help keep the skates on. So maybe there's a better solution out there, but I don't know. What do you guys use for mouse storage? Kyle, what do you use for mouse storage? Or do you not have a million mice like me? No, I'm pretty excessive. But I'd be curious to know what other people do. I imagine if you're like under, well, definitely if you're like under 5 mice, then you're just chilling with them in a drawer or even just on your desk. But I would say, at what point do you like actually start having to think about storage? I remember Daz was... Sorry, my dog is making sounds. Daz was kind of at a straits at one point where he started getting more and more mice, and he was like, I don't really know what to do. He's like, you know what? Actually, maybe I'm misremembering this. I remember he was... like, yeah, it's actually a problem now, because he was just storing them. He got originally, like, have you guys seen those keyboard organizers? You got 2 now, Kyle? Okay, I'd be curious. What 2 do you have? What 2 mice do you have? I'll rate your setup. Daz had one of those keyboard organizers. Those like metal ones, and it really doesn't hold that many mice. It holds like 8 mice, and it takes up a lot of space. So he ended up getting the same thing that I do. The classroom organizers, if you guys aren't familiar, I'll turn the camera if I can. Hiya! Yeah. These here. So they're just, they're called like classroom pocket organizers. They're used like, sometimes you gotta search calculator or phone pocket organizer. There's usually like 36. It's like a 6x6 grid for, you know, a class size. And they work really, really well. They're really inexpensive too. Like as cheap as here in the US, you can get a 2-pack for like 15 bucks if you're lucky. So that's 72 mouse storage for 15 bucks. You can't beat that. But, and it, you know, you just mount it to a wall or to like, some of them come with little hooks that go over the back of the door, so you can mount it to a door, which is actually pretty smart if you think about it, because that's like one place that we often don't store stuff, except maybe in like bedrooms, right? Sometimes people do, you know, they'll do like their sneakers. Apparently, where I'm from in the US, we say tennis shoes. We say tennis shoes. We don't say sneakers. But in other places in the US, they say sneakers. So you can sometimes sort of figure out where somebody's from based on certain words. Cow says, I'm in Discord too. You might recognize me. VGN Y2 Pro and A7 RE. Wow, both interesting ergo choices. Whoa, dude. Those are the only 2 you have right now. Surely you've had other stuff. That or you're incredibly new to it and have incredibly good taste. Those are both like a S tier value mice. The A7 RE, although without Omron opticals in it, that for me that like takes off an entire grade down to A tier, but with Omron opticals in it, I think it's like S tier. It has really good skates. I'll grab mine. I got the pink too. It's always nice when it's available in a nice colorway. A7 RE, dude. That's a good mouse. The GPX Dex shape is still a little bit just big for me, but that's a very respectable purchase decision. The VGN Y2 is really solid also. I do really like mine. The only downside for me on that is middle mouse is a little stiff, if I recall, kind of hollow sounding, and the skates are not very well rounded. They're not bad. They're like, if I'm being honest, they're like a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 skate. But just on the rest of the mouse, it's like so solid. It has a great coating. It's a really good price. I remember, I think I got mine for like $35. I got a smoking deal on mine. And then I toasted the PCB trying to solder an Omron Opticals, so I bought a different one. Whoops-a-daisy. But yeah, very, very good choices there. So what are you guys up to on this fine Sunday? Well, for me, it's Sunday afternoon, kind of early afternoon. I don't know if you're... Oh, okay. Cow says, I started my mouse journey with R1 SE, okay, G403, G703, G Pro X Superlight, X-Lite V3, and now, okay. So that's interesting. You went from an R1 SE, so the VXE R1 SE, right, to then a G403. That's a very big weight difference. It's like a 2x weight increase. G703 is just a slightly better G403. What do they update? The sensor? So you get like better battery life? I forget. G Pro X, so back to lightweight, then X-Lite V3, then now. So interesting. You've tried Ambis, you've tried Ergos. G703 modded it down to 65 grams. That's pretty good. So what, did you get rid of all of these if all you have now are the Y2 and the A7 Re? G403 kind of shape I've never been a big fan of. I respect that there's a following behind it. I wonder how the T-Evolution Terra sales have been. Remember that was like such a hyped product, but then you don't really hear about it much anymore. I don't know if that's just the like r/mouse review enthusiast community only ever getting hyped up about the newest stuff and forgetting how good some of the older stuff is. Sold them all. Very good. That's good. You're staying ahead of it before you have a ridiculous collection like me. Good on you, dude. Stick with quality over quantity. Quality over quantity often in life is just a good... I've never been good at that. I'm the kind of guy who likes a Chinese buffet. I'll take quantity over quality. I wonder if I remove that foam pad, if that's going to feel any better. I might actually remove that. My flathead here. I don't want to try to save this. I want to try to save the adhesive on this. In case I realize I do in fact like the cushioning that this foam gives. Get the old tweezers out. Cool. And let's take a look at... Stick that right there for now. Put this button back in. You know what? I think I will leave it in, and I'm gonna fulcrum bend this just a hair. A little bit too much there. Mr. LKL, but I like big collections. I know, dude. Dude, I just walked in. So I walked into my office just a moment ago to start the stream, right? And I'm looking at mice that I might want to stream with. And I have there Turtle Beach, the two new Turtle Beach mice, the Burst and the... Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on it. The Burst and the Pure. And I'm like, damn, these are both really solid shapes, and I just never use them. The click feel, the opticals they went with are just like rather hollow sounding, And I don't know, when there's so many good choices this day and age, if there's just like one small flaw with one of them, you're like, I lost interest. Sorry, you guys can't see quite what I'm doing. Rachel Krimper says, or you could do what I've accidentally done with my yam. Oh, I thought you with my yam collection. My yam. Oh my gosh, I'm so pumped for Halloween. I get to put all my yams outside. Everyone can admire my collection, whether they want to or not. My husband is so excited that they all get out of the house. No, sorry, Rachel said my yarn collection. Yarn, wait, what? Bro, I can't talk. My yarn collection. And go for quality and quantity. Yikes. Yeah, dude, I imagine with like any sort of textile thing, that's got to be tough because quality can't be found online. So like, right, Joann Fabrics, look at this giant ass PCB for mini micro side buttons. Oh, and they removed the DPI button. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if this PCB also supported full size, because this is a Kaisona shell. You can see a few things, like see how the DPI button's missing right here. Well, also right in the middle of the screen, see that oval? That's for a DPI button, but they just didn't have that part of the shell made. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, textiles. Yeah, that's got to be really frustrating now that like Joann's is out of business. I heard that Michaels bought their IP and is planning on carrying fabrics in store, but still, quality on something that is like, you know, for not handmade, but you know what I mean. That can be really tough. Wow, we got a whole bunch of viewers now. Before it was just me and Cow talking about his G703 lightweight modded, which is pretty good. 65 grams, what's the stock weight? That's pretty aggressive. I modded for a client once. He wanted a G403 wireless modded. He ended up, I think, he's on Reddit. I think he listed it for sale or he made some post about it at some time, because I remember vouching for the guy. And it wasn't cheap. I think I charged him. Oh wait, no, I did charge him pretty cheap. I think I said $50 for the mouse and modding services all in one. Because I have a bunch of G703s, G403s in my basement from pallet auctions that I've refurbished over time. By the way, what I just did to the Ausdom is I took away some of the glossy finish. To what I did is Brillo pad, just a dollar store Brillo pad. This actually gives it a really nice, it's a very smooth texture, but it's not quite shiny glossy. You can see the difference in the side buttons on the side here. Does the Mcho's A7 Re come with optical or mechanical switches? Asks Tricepticon Adam. Tricepticon, is that a Transformers reference? Remember the the dinosaur movie? I was into Transformers before all the modern movies. Yeah, those Armor opticals feel pretty decent. We'll leave it like that. Sorry, no, opticals. Mechanicals, 100M, geez, I can't talk. 100M mechanical Omrons, 100M mechanical Omrons, D2FC-F-7Ns. I believe it's in the Mouse Modder spreadsheet if you look that up. The master spreadsheet that I do for like battery swaps. The spreadsheet used to be called a battery swap master sheet or man phalanges, something like that. And now I just called it the Mouse Modder spreadsheet because I, you know, expanded into listing all the specs, not just battery weights and JSD connector sizes. Yeah. Oh, did my webcam stop? Oh, okay. My webcam died. Hang on, let me fix that for y'all. Don't know why it does that, but hey, it's doing it. Wait, does it still work? Oh, it is back. Okay, we're back. Alrighty. Well, can I claim credit for that, even though all I did was look at it? I fixed my webcam. Why would they put mechanicals in the A7 Re? I don't know, dude. The current meta now is Omron 100Ms, and I'm sad. I missed the Omron optical meta with ATK and Mchos putting them in everything. Yes, I am with you, dude. Omron opticals. You might say I like Omron opticals. I don't know. Hard to tell. This is I spent like 70 some dollars, like 75-ish dollars on 112 switches. So you could say I like Omron Opticals. Wow, popular chat today. But I'm a buyer of fabric, not a buyer of fabric so much, so I don't know them. Yeah, but yarn, I just imagine textiles in general are something that online can't really, you know, maybe you can look at like how tight a weave appears or something, or look at like the fabric content percentages to get a rough idea of quality. But I imagine it's a very subjective field. Also, I mean, there are some objectively good measures of quality, like of clothes, like washability and stuff and shrinkage and all this. But at the same time, there might be people who just straight up like cheaper feeling stuff. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not like a super clothing person, but like real silk versus like synthetic stuff. For me, the price difference is not at all worth whatever field difference there might be. Like, I would really have to A/B test something and like really analyze it. Yeah, these skates are kind of thin. They have a little bit of edge rounding. It's not very aggressive rounding, so these actually might dig in a little bit. But I'll leave them as is. If it becomes a problem, I'll take my X-Acto knife and I'll trim off the perimeter. Oh man, dog. Oh, you farted. Oh, dude, that's a stinky dog. Maybe she has to go potty. Oh, my dog. I just smelled my dog's butt. Well, I wasn't sure, you know? It's like, is there a gas leak? Or is that sulfur smell coming from my dog? Oh, man. So, right, my wife and I are expecting a baby, and I kid you not, I had a dream last night that I don't know why, but I had to check my child for... This is a dream, okay? I don't have a child yet. But I had to check my child for if he needed a diaper change. And I remember in the dream, I did what I guess I must have seen somebody else do, where you pick the baby up and you smell their butt. Nope, he's good. A7 and the dongle for this is the... Look at this. This is what Attack Shark's newest dongles look like. It's very... It looks like a Sora dongle, but it's like very squared off. Little prism thing in the middle. Sure. You know what else I need to mod is the, I need to do Amazon Vine reviews for, I have 2 X8 Ultras. Ultras. Which is a GPX clone. So that's the thing, I'm just not interested in the shape. What do you guys want to see next? I'm thinking, what do you guys want to see next? What do you want to Omron Optical swap next? Darmoshark N7 or Zaopin Z1? Zaopin Z1, old but very good. Still $33.95, small egg shape. Fantastic little mouse. Fantastic little mouse. I've glossified this one. Really nice scroll wheel on this. Really nice middle mouse. Interestingly, the scroll wheel bends to the left when you press it, not the right like most mice do. Feels very nice. Darmoshark N7. It's basically a SteelSeries Prime clone. Yeah, the clicks on this feel a little loosey-goosey. But it's a decent quality mouse. Like, more recent Darmoshark stuff has been pretty good. They've gone with a good skate manufacturer. The build quality still is not like top notch. The side buttons are very good on this though. They do not sink in at all. They do have some teeter-totter, but kind of no real coating to this too. It's kind of just a smooth, soft touch. It's not amazing. But which one of those do you guys want to see? And while I wait for the stream delay to catch up and for y'all to submit an answer, I'm going to try to fix the skate on this GPX. So wow, 10 viewers. Hey guys, how's everyone's Sunday going? I know we got Rachel Krempa in chat who's doing some crochet, probably. If I had to guess, maybe like a quilt, maybe a square for a quilt. I'm reading chat here. Is there any options for large ergos with 3950 or equivalent sensors other than the Death Adder or X-Lite V4? Well, this one right here, this is like a medium large ergo. It's a fairly narrow ergo, but the Darmoshark N7, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all can go check this on AliExpress, but like, isn't that a 3950? The top tier one? I don't know if I got the top tier. Personally, I don't care. 3950 versus 33.95. It is zero. If it's $1 more for a 3950, I'll do that. If it's $2 more, nope. Zero difference for me. And it probably should be for most of you guys. However, I understand if... Who was in chat the other week who was like, Well, I need to draw a line in the sand somewhere with, otherwise I'll make too many ridiculous purchases. And that line I drew at $39.50. And that decision I really respect because you know how I am? I'm the same way but with colored mice. I don't use, like, if it comes in just basic black or white, I avoid it unless it's a really special mouse that I think I'm going to love. Still no votes for which one of these two you guys want me to mod. Wait. Which one of these two you want me to open up? Darmoshark N7 or Zaopin Z1. Both of them were in the title, so I'll just pick one. I guess Super Light 2 Dex is an option. Absolutely is an option, plus all the Dex clones, like the Aula. Yeah, A7 Re Ultra is $39.50. The Aula SC900 is an option. Man, I'm just looking at my wall here. Should I take my phone with me? Actually use my magnetic mount. Here we go. Oh! Wait. Okay, I messed up this one. Let's take the bigger camera, actually. Let's take the bigger camera. You guys would prefer that. Large ergos with a $39.50. I don't have a lot of ergos. I'm not exactly that way. Not really a large ergo, but WL mouse Sword X. Here's an underrated mouse, ATK Z1. I mean, maybe not underrated, but it's certainly overshadowed by other ATK offerings, but these come with Armon opticals. But this is a large mouse. It's probably, I don't know, check ELO shapes. It's probably, is it bigger than EC2? I would think so. VGN, this is not a large ergo, it's more of a small ergo, but small medium ergo. VGN Y2 Ultra is $39.50. Rapupu has ergo options, all the way over here. The VT7. This is a large ergo. Does not look like it. Kind of looks like an ambi from the top. But I tell you, she is, in fact, an ergo with just a very straight... Go ahead and focus, camera. Very straight right side there. But she is not totally symmetrical. I don't know if the most up-to-date Deluxe M900 has a $39.50. It might. This is an older M900 Pro that I await modded. My battery swap tutorial features one of these. This version has a little bit of motion latency according to Tech Power Up, so I've avoided it. Not $39.50, but you can score glorious Model D Pros for pretty cheap nowadays. Like, at least here in the US, like $30, sometimes even under. Lamzu has options, right? They have the Paro's not a large ergo. It's still a decent size, though. This is the Paro Aurora. I think that's it. And this wall of mice here, these are the ones I don't like as much. Yeah. I don't have a ton of ergos, but there certainly are options out there, and I'm glad to see people in chat chiming in with ideas. Okay. N7 says a couple of people in chat. We'll do N7. Dog. Your tail. Your tail is in my way. Darmoshark N7, based on the SteelSeries Prime. Pretty unique feeling ergo. Very, very narrow feeling ergo. I wish there were kind of more experimental shapes. My side camera's a little goofed up. Nova, if you bark, I'm gonna send you downstairs. Barking at the neighbors. Neighbors are out doing something. Okay. Webcam is set up. Oh, she sees dogs. She sees other dogs. went over to the in-laws after church today, and we did, Lauren's dad is recovering from, has been recovering for a while from a ankle and knee surgery. So we went over there and visited and just kind of said hi and gave some recommendations for, you know, how to get up and down the steps. Lauren's a physical therapist, so. And they have a couple German Shepherds. That's how Lauren sort of, I say grew up with German Shepherds, but it was more so like later in, I want to say she was in high school? No. Middle school when they got their first German Shepherd. Yep. And then after that they got two others. They got Lily and Remy. And Remy and my dog Nova are siblings. We got them from a breeder farm place. Well, farm, that makes it sound bad. We got them from a breeder on the other side of our state. And it was a really good breeder. So Lauren kind of warned me. This was the second German Shepherd batch of puppies we had looked at, and she kind of warned me. She's like, you know, some breeders, they can be kind of, you know, it's people who do it on the side. It's lower income. You know, these people might be, you know, they're often in very rural areas, and, you know, sometimes you get some weird, quirky personalities, you know, kind of distant from society, I suppose. Anyway, these people, of course, they were nice, but their house was very smelly, and the dogs, I mean, the dogs were good. They were being handled by puppies, or by the kids. They had a couple kids. So that was good to see the puppies being happily handled. Good with kids. But, yeah, kind of a stinky place, and pee-pee all over the floor, and not very clean. I mean, not that like factored largely into our decision, but, you know, we came away from that like, okay, those were some good puppies. Let's go look at some more. And so we went and looked at some more, and we went to this breeder farm that I think Lauren had been following on Instagram or something like that. And it's this woman and her husband. Her husband, they own like this, you know, out in the countryside. They have a house with like a few small businesses building pole barns and like quail eggs and roofing business. They had like 3 businesses there, and then that I guess the husband primarily did, and the wife, I don't know, maybe she helped it, I don't know, probably. And then the wife also did. This was like her 7th year breeding dogs, German Shepherd puppies. So it's good to hear that, you know, they're not new to it, and they had a nice like large shed mini barn thing outside. There's the inside of the Darmoshark N7. Look at the blue, huh? So I guess that when they paint this, it's a blue injection mold, and then they paint it purple. Wouldn't a solid blue mouse like this look nice though? Oh yeah, T-Evolution Terra, that's another option. $39.50 and very large ergo. So they were all the puppies. It was a litter of, oh my gosh, I forget how many was there, but Nova was the only girl. There were quite a few. I remember being like, that's a lot of puppies to come out of like one mommy. And the dad dog greeted us and was barking a little bit, but he was super nice and really liked being pet. You could tell they were used to having a lot of people come and go from having all these businesses there, which is really good to see. You know, you want a dog that's going to be social and normalized by strangers. Especially German Shepherds, you know, any high energy dog. And the mommy dog, she was really sweet. She was running away from all the puppies because they were all chasing after her trying to get some milk. And the poor mom was like, no, just leave me alone. And she was just running all over the like gravel driveway yard. Yeah, nice people. She was our discount dog too. We got her for so this was something also I figured we would like raise, we would not raise, we would what's it called, not foster, adopt. And adopting a dog is like pretty cheap, but you also have to like, you know, then get all their shots and stuff if the shelter doesn't provide that. But one of the big things I guess with dogs is like you want a fairly good bloodline or something, like largely for medical reasons. It's not like, oh, I only want a purebred. No, it's like actually for genetic reasons. You don't want to have a sickly doggy. What's the battery doing in here? Why did I throw a battery out? Is there something wrong with it? Oh yeah, it's spicy pillowed. Okay. So, yeah, that's how we got Nova. That's the story of how we got Nova. She's been a good doggy most of the time. She's chilling right now. Just chilling. Yeah, that's how she sits, watching the neighbors. How'd you guys get the notification for the stream? I'm curious. Goat, I'm hyped for my Death Adder V3 hyperspeed. Yeah, small Death Adder. I don't know, personally the Death Adders just like aren't interesting to me. I've never been a big fan of Death Adder shapes. I have a Faker edition. But the Lamzu Pero I actually really like, and that is basically Death Adder V3 hyperspeed, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hypocrite. Maybe. Yeah, Nova was not cheap though. She was 750 bucks, I think. But it's funny because like in the world of like breeders, that's actually like, was that cheaper than the other place? Anyway. Yeah, like buying a dog like from a breeder is not cheap. Like I remember, so that was still like really foreign to me, just the idea of spending that much money on a pet. Like to purchase, that is. Because, like, I don't know, growing up, my cats were, like, adopted, and they were, like, you know, less than a tenth of that. But I was talking to my brother-in-law, and he's like, how much do you guys pay? And I was like, $750, and he was like, whoa. It's like, that's cheap? He's like, yeah. He was like my, what did he say, like his aunt or somebody close to him spent, like, nearly $3,000 on a, on something. I don't know what. I don't know. Maybe there's also people who are hoity-toity about it. I don't know. I just want to have a healthy doggy. Especially since they don't live that long for how big they are, you know? Which is, like, surprising. But apparently, in, like, Chernobyl, you know, where the nuclear reactor meltdown was, one of the you know, now the city's like the city of Chernobyl is all overgrown, right? Because people can't be there anymore, so it's all like abandoned. So there is some like wildlife that has taken root, and the wildlife that's doing well in particular are dogs. Because when it comes to radiation, so like radiation, you know, fries your cells as DNA, right? So then you get a bunch of cancers because your cells aren't replicating correctly. And dogs, apparently do pretty well there because they're fairly fast growing and they have relatively short lifespans. So the radiation doesn't affect them proportionally as much as other species. But I wonder if there's like a lot of science crap going on out there studying like genetic mutations. Not like, you know, we all think like Fallout, the video game series. But when it comes to radiation, what's more likely to happen is, I don't know, you just get like cancer and die. I used to watch a YouTuber a bit called Kyle Hill, and he did like sciencey videos. He did some stuff on like Chernobyl, and he visited the sarcophagus or whatever, the big old dome looking thing that goes over the plant. I get YouTube notifications because I rang the bell. Oh, thank you, Rachel. I checked Discord server. Oh, very nice, Zan. Okay. And Kyle says, I'm not sub yet, but search so much mice that stream just pop up on the main page. Okay, yeah. What's interesting is my YouTube analytics will tell me like what percentage of viewers come from different sources. It still surprises me how many of you guys are like I don't want to say non-native. Sure, I'll say like non-native, non-American, we'll say. I don't know, you know, you live in your country and you get so focused on like your own culture. sometimes you forget about that, like, what you talk about can be really relevant elsewhere. I don't know, maybe that's just a primarily American thing. So here I am bidding switches. I just grabbed a bunch of Ramen opticals. I'm just checking click feel. That one's a little dull. We're gonna do those two. That one and that one. Oh, actually, sometimes I'll pull out 5 and some of them will feel, they'll all feel the same. Other times they'll feel very different. I'm already making a dent in this bag, which is impressive. So now we gotta remove the transmitter and receiver so that we can bada bing, bada boom. Solder it as a mechanical switch to the normally open pin. Yeah, the YouTube analytics it is rather impressive how much power creators have at their fingertips, but they kind of need to, because like if you're doing this for your livelihood, it's important to figure out, like, know your audience is just a good piece of life advice. So I took a AP Lit and AP Lang in school, was taught by the same teacher, and he was a really good teacher. He was very inflammatory, I guess, in the way he would teach, and it was to make you think critically. And it was pretty good. But I remember one book that we had in class is called Everything's an Argument, and it just talked about, you know, how the, like, I don't know, logical approach to making an argument or whatever works, and how to effectively, I don't want to say argue, but just whatever. Point is, know your audience is one of the chapters. I don't really know what to call it. One of the lessons in that book. And it's a good piece of advice because it's relevant in all sorts of parts of life, whether it's you're submitting an assignment for grading and you have a rubric and, you know, a writing assignment, and maybe you want to write something really artsy fartsy, but it's like, nope, know your audience. It's a teacher who's, you know, looking to check off all the boxes on a rubric that you talked about all the relevant topics. Or it could be more like at work. I don't know, you are making something for a client and you might have really cool ideas, but is that client going to want those really cool ideas? Are they going to want exactly as discussed? Do they want a little bit of extra flair? Who knows? Know your audience. But yeah, just good like life advice in general. I've actually said it, like quoted it, to just know your audience to people. Or the big one is like with marketing, right? So going back to the whole YouTube thing, if let's say Daz's viewership on his channel, I know even more than Mousecast, is primarily outside of the USA. So if he goes and does a review of a like very USA focused product, like, I don't know, a new Ponage is a US company. I don't really know how much they distribute outside of the US, so let's pick on them. If he goes and reviews a new Ponage mouse and like the review absolutely tanks, you know, he can look at his analytics and be like, oh, well, yeah, that's because that's probably not a relevant product for a lot of my audience. Or vice versa. Let's say he reviews it and it goes gangbusters, becomes his highest viewed review. Then he's like, whoa, I have a lot of, you know, potential US viewership. Maybe I need to do more USA mice and less Chinese M-Chose ATK mice. Okay. Rachel says, I was joking with Steve last night that whenever we watch his favorite channels on the TV where I'm logged in, that we're messing with their demographic analytics. Yeah, Rachel, dude. Yeah. So Mousecast, my channel, it's 100% male, 0% female, 0% other, 100% male, which I think is funny. Go figure. But on one of the Mousecasts, I had like a fractional percent female, so I guess woman viewed it. It's probably you, to be honest. Your stream is very chill, yo. Oh, good. I hope that's the vibe that, is that the vibe I'm going for? I guess so. I don't know. I changed my, so we got the lo-fi going, right? And then I changed my mic preset in Synapse, to Broadcaster, which sounds a bit more warm, which I thought fit the vibe a little bit better. So I can't say Synapse without vomiting in my mouth a little bit. Synapse, dude. It's so frustrating. And then, like, you uninstall it, and then you plug in another Razer product, and it immediately gives you a splash screen of, do you want to install Synapse? It's like, no. At least mice, I'm really glad, ship out of the box with, like, 1600 DPI very commonly, so you just plug in the mouse and start using it. I love how that one woman might have been me. Yeah. Rachel also says, sometimes bigger dogs have complications from their size, like Great Danes have heart problems, I think. Having to pump the blood so far. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah, sometimes I worry that I'm like, I don't know. I'm like making my dog, so we play this, what we call the hose game outside. Good, that didn't trigger her. And, you know, you put the water nozzle on a jet stream setting and make her run around and blast her in the face, and she absolutely loves it. But then, you know, she starts coughing and hacking it up, asphyxiating on the water, but she just wants more. So you just let her cough it up, and then you keep playing, and then it happens again, and you let her cough it up, and keep playing. And I'm like, I wonder if I'm going to give my dog, like, some lung disease. I don't know, maybe I actually need to look into that. Aspirate, not asphyxiate, aspirate. The Darmoshark N7 has a 300 milliamp hour battery. Should I take this out? How heavy is it? Let's see how heavy this battery is. If it's over 6 grams, I'll swap it. The fact that it's still in here makes me think it's not. 5.5 grams. Oh, do I do it, guys, for 2 gram savings? That can't be right. 300 milliamp hour for only 5.5 grams. That's really impressive. Well, I kind of toasted the tape on that, so we'll fix that. Get some fresh tape on there. I don't know. Most of the 300 milliamp hours that I use are like, they are more than that. They're usually like 6 to 6.5 grams. Like the Pulsar's 300 milliamp hours are like 6.5 grams ish. Yes, sir. My cat Franklin will sometimes chase the stick toy until he's panting, which means it's time to stop even though he doesn't want to, lol. Dude, that's great that he runs till he's panting. I didn't know that. That's very uncommon in cats. I saw my sister had a cat named Brady who was incredibly high energy and dog-like, and then he was the first cat that I knew to pant. But yeah, apparently it's not like a problem. It's not like, I mean, yeah, probably it's time to give him a break, but it's apparently like a normal thing that cats do when they like really exert themselves. Silly goobers. Now I'm regretting. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap this battery. This is a very lightweight 300 milliamp hour battery. You know what I'm going to save this for? Is if there's a 3311 mouse that I absolutely love, because that sensor is not as energy efficient. So then I want to have a lightweight 300 milliamp hour on hand. Sorry for my indecision. Look at that, I even dug that out of the trash and put the red sticker back on it to cover that. So I will label this as... I do like to label my stuff. I should get a label maker. I think Lauren has one. I don't know. Do I strike you guys as type A or type B? Because I know what I am. But I wonder what you guys think I am. So type A is like very orderly, very methodical, very organized. The kind of person who would use the label maker. Type B is you do things spontaneously, seat of your pants. Impromptu, I guess. Maybe it can be, I guess it could manifest itself as like more go with the flow. Whereas type A wants to take charge. This is 5.5 grams and this is N7. Or perhaps I'm a bit of both. Because the answer was going to be I'm type B. I'm more like spontaneous in that kind of regard. I need to get a new battery for this. But type A, I mean, my wife is definitely more type A, and it definitely comes in handy. I think like both people in a relationship, let's say, to be like very spontaneous could be challenging. You know, just lack of communication or you know, lack of foresight can cause conflict. I could think of an example, but I don't feel like it. But then on the flip side too, if you had like both people who are type A, that could also be conflicting if both type A people, you know, want to be organized or have something completed in a very certain specific way. Less likely to deviate. Both wanting to take charge, yeah. I guess I could be a little bit both ways. I don't know. I think like in general my core personality is probably more type B, but then also like I'm like an engineer, so I don't know. Being like analytical and methodical is, well, maybe I'm just getting type A and type B totally mixed up, and maybe the issue is that. Hi all. Today I mod my Maya X. I put 150 milliamp hour and drops from 47 to 42 grams. It feels like big mouse. Is the Maya X battery really that heavy? Because dude, I'll do mine. I haven't swapped mine, but I was under the impression that it's only like you're only gonna have like a 3-gram savings. Because I thought they use 300, the AMZ uses 300 milliamp hour, that's around 6.5 grams, and then one of these bad boys is going to be 3 grams. So let me just double check my battery pinout. We got Darmoshark uses brown, I guess, so brown, yeah. Okay. I'm going to take off an ear cup here and just take a quick look, make sure I don't fry the mouse. Turn this on. We got LEDs. Turn it on to Bluetooth. Do we get blue LEDs? We do get different colored LEDs. Not blue, but sure. Alright. She's not fried. Let's see. Do I want to change the weight balancing at all here? Gosh, my battery doesn't really fit too well anywhere. So we're going to go on top of the sensor. Yeah, we're going to go on top of the sensor. Is it a 3.85 volt battery, Mr. LKL asks. In the Darmoshark N7, 3.7 volts. I should update my spreadsheet. That's something I honestly wish I had like a computer right here for me to update my spreadsheet like while I do this. That actually would be very helpful. Or I wish there was somebody that I could trust with giving access to this, edit access to the spreadsheet too. Because I don't know. I mean, Google does have like good, like if somebody just decides to be a butthead and nuke your spreadsheet, there are like recovery options. But I don't know. Maybe I should just do that. But I'd have to find somebody who's also like equally modding and like degenerate as me, wanting to populate a spreadsheet with like information. I don't know. Ola Christian from Elo Shapes, or Elo as he goes by. He does that for his website. Sorry, am I off frame here? No, I was a little bit off frame. Oh, this is fantastic camera focusing, huh? Yeah, but I get the impression he just wants to like Google things and just read it from like the manufacturer's website. Don't think he's into modding. I could try to get somebody, a modder type person on Mousecast. Is that something you guys would want to see? Like a Piranha Mouse Mods or a Bearded Bob? Bye, dog. I think that'd be cool. I have huge respect for Bearded Bob and Piranha Mouse Mods. Piranha, dude, I remember him a long time ago. Back when, before he had like his full-blown business, when he was just doing... Hey, hun. Oh! Thank you, Lauren. Somebody was asking about this mouse in chat. Oh, wait, I don't want to show you guys my address. I almost... Here, guys, look at my address. Oh, yeah, thank you, Lauren. Yeah, this is a mouse I got from the company RAWM. It's called the ER21. Wait a second. Before I get excited, I should finish what I was working on, because I'm just about done here. Yeah, thank you so much, Lauren. We'll do that live on stream next. Live reaction. I don't know. I probably should actually do a separate stream for this, because I did promise them a video review. So actually, I'm sorry guys, I think I will do a separate stream. I could do that stream today, but I would take the stream down, then relaunch it. Oh, what is this pressing on something? Oh, is that too low? Is that too low? So I could try to wait, did I connect the... I did. Okay. Okay, she's yeah, she's not wanting to clip together. Okay. I think the battery here in the N7 is pressing too much into the side button PCB here. So I think I'll do the ER21. We'll see how I'm doing on timing. Lauren might want to hang out later today. But if I can finish this in the Zaopin Z1, then I'll take the stream down and relaunch it as an ER21 unboxing and mini review. I'll probably unbox it slightly ahead of time. Man, son of a gun, I don't know where to put this battery now. The wires aren't long enough. I swear, I don't want to go back to the old battery. I've been going back and forth on this. 3.85 volt batteries in theory should be lighter than 3.7 volt. Maybe if like for the same watt hours, yeah, but I don't know in terms of like cell count. I don't know what makes a 3.85 volt battery lighter. I actually don't know. Okay, I don't usually like putting the batteries face down, but I'm just gonna have to do it this time. It's fine, Flanges. Chill, bro. Chill, bro, chill. Capacity being equal. I was just thinking up to wait for review for the ER21 to cop it. It's like a 5-day delivery. Oh, that's nice for you, dude. 5-day delivery. Yeah, I'll try to finish the stream up here, and then we'll do an ER21 unboxing slash initial impressions, we'll call it, and then I'll do a I'm so dumb, guys. I put the tape on the wrong side. I do want to do a full review. I do owe RAWM. They asked for a full review, and I was pretty clear in that I said I don't do like full-length YouTube reviews anymore. I like sort of did for a brief moment. I was like, I don't do that. I do unboxing. I do like modding live streams. I can talk about it on Mousecast. And I do Reddit posts and Twitter. So I think I was pretty clear on that. And they didn't reply for a few days. And then they were like, okay, we're sending you a mouse. And I was like, okay. I don't know. I don't want to like piss him off, but at the same time, I feel like I was pretty forward with what I was delivering, what my deliverables would be. So I don't know. Yeah. But somebody was asking again about large Ergos 3950. I guess ER21's an option. I don't know how large it is. It might be more medium large. We said it was like EC2 size. I don't know. Different people have different definitions of large though. Oh, that's nice. Dude, why do Darmoshark mice consistently, every Darmoshark mouse that I've used, they've had like switch grinding until I put Armor Opticals in them, and then they actually feel rather good. The N7, the M3 Max, the M3S. So because I owe RAWM a full review, what I actually might do is, because Cow is here and because I'm a nice person, we will actually finish up the N7. I will do an unboxing of the ER21, and then I will not do any modding of the ER21. I'll take the ER21 to work this week. I will use it at work and maybe game with it tomorrow. Monday night's usually my gaming night. And I will give you guys, that way I can speak to the stock configuration before I mod it into Oblivion. And then later in the week, I'll do a disassembly live stream. And at the beginning of the live stream, I'll give my thoughts, my review thoughts. Just like how I did on the, what was the other mouse I just did? The IPI Chi that I just did. So I used this for a few days, and then I went on stream with it where I did a mini review, and then I modded it. What was that? Was that Friday that I did that? Friday, I think. Yep. That's what the plan will be. Currently Y2 44 grams being too light for me. A7 Redux shape isn't as comfortable for me as the X-Lite EC2. It might come back to EC shape. Yeah, the ER21 is supposed to be that way. I'm actually pretty pumped. I've wanted an ER21 for a while. It was announced. When did we announce it on Mousecast? June? Before June? It's been known about for a while. I remember RAWM teased it a long time ago because there's, oh yeah, China Joy. That's right. China Joy happened in, was that June? And at China Joy, I think it was on display there, but we didn't know the name of it. Or something like that. I don't know, we talked about it on Mousecast. Isn't that funny? I'm the Mousecast guy, and I'm supposed to remember all this stuff and like keep up to date, but I like literally can't remember what we talked about. Sometimes I have to control F in our Google Doc for topics. Green LEDs, other LEDs, good. N7 is working. I'm gonna do a quick button check. I'm sorry, Windows sound is me. That was me. Left mouse, right mouse, both work. Dude, this feels great. You know what? The 2 gram savings, I've gotta say, it feels good. Maybe I should have done, have I done a Discord, Reddit post of the N7? Maybe I should have done that. Crap. Well, what's the new weight now? This feels good. I'm gonna say this is probably like, I don't know, 50 grams, 49 grams? 47. Yeah, this is a light mouse. This is good for, and it has decent sized skates still. Yeah, this is a solid mouse, guys. N7 is a little bit slept on. I'm not gonna say it's some, you know, $80 flagship killer, but it is like for 50 bucks ish, I think is roughly what I don't know, I probably paid less than that knowing the couponing skills I got, but why don't we switch over to the ER21 unboxing? Just unbox would be good. It's literally 3 AM here. Okay. I got you, boss. We will unbox it. Get this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to open the box off stream because you guys, I don't need to flash my address or something stupid up that I may or may not have done before and had to take down a video. Okay. Knife, let's put the knife away. Don't want to stab myself. Yep, ER21 Pro, single mouse in the box. There it is. Box goes on the floor. Here it is. Does it look weird that a toothbrush just fell onto stream? IPIG, let's put away. This mouse goes over there. This can go over here. Don't need the solder. Don't need this. Don't need this. I hope I'm not missing any messages in chat. Sometimes I fear that I'm like not doing a good job replying to. How is it different from the Zaopin ZPW, says Mr. LKL? Check out ELO shapes. Zaopin is closer to a Prime Mini. The N7 is closer to the full-size Prime. RAWM ER21 Pro, how's the lighting? A little bit glary. If I go down here, it's not as bad. Sorry, that's what I've got to work with. Yep, so we'll do an unboxing now. No disassembly on the ER21, but this is breaking news that the wife just dropped off. So I did ask for the green color. We'll see. It doesn't, the label doesn't say ER21 Pro. Classic RAWM packaging though, which is solid. They do like a sleeve. My dog's growling at something. Are you growling at the kids on the bike? Oh my gosh, dog. You're crazy. Here we go. The RAWM ER21. Bummer, I think they just sent me a black one. Well, guys, it's not going to show up as well on camera. I did tell them that I said that, oh, you know what? Wait, we should take a look at the accessories. I did tell them that the brighter colors will show up better on camera and also will be like good for marketing. So you're not just another black mouse, because, yeah, like ATK Z1 looks a lot like an ER21. We got grip tape, black. It's kind of the like golf ball pattern stuff. It's not gonna, probably not gonna be amazing, but dongle, traditional RAWM dongle. There we go. Thick cable that's not very flexible, and no extra skates. No extra skates. All right, no extra skates in here. Nope, no extra skates. Okay. Okay. Yeah, RAWM, they've been nice to communicate with me. I don't know. I don't really have a significant working relationship with many brands. But RAWM does message me from time to time. Okay. There's the mouse. Put that box off camera for now. Dongle and mouse. Let's do a peel. Very nice skates on this. Okay. So, yeah, this is definitely a new mold. Like, it's not exactly the same as other ergos that I felt before. Wow, this is actually really good, guys. So, let's talk about buttons first. These are way better than what I had been using before with the ES21. Let me grab that. The ES21 has like really dull feeling buttons that no matter, I've tried like 4 different switches in this. Omron Opticals, Ratias, Omron 100Ms, and TTCs. And they just always feel dull and like they just don't have enough travel in the ES21. The ER21, these feel very nice. I don't know what switch that is. I thought that they advertised Ratias. Somebody feel free to say it in chat. Ratia, but they changed it into TTC Optical V2, I think, should be compatible with Omron. Thank you, you're right. TTC Opticals. I was gonna say, these feel like... These are actually really nice. A little bit on the louder side. A little bit on the higher pitch side. They're like a more tactile Omron without all this stupid post-travel sponginess. I've like TTC Opticals, the blue plunger ones that are in like the Aula SC900. So right mouse and left mouse feel rather good. Side to side play, there's a little bit, not much. Side buttons here, these are really good side buttons. These are similar to the ES21, where you really can't push them into the shell. They do have some teeter-totter on them. but it's definitely an acceptable amount. Do they protrude far enough from the shell? You know, placement, it's a little bit high up, and the rounding to them is also like midway up. So I would have liked to see that rounding more towards the bottom, because you really do feel like you got to roll your thumb up pretty high to hit them. Middle mouse feels very good. It's on the quieter side. I would say this is probably a like 7 out of 10 spammability. It's on the stiffer side, but it's very spammable. Nice rebound on it. Scroll wheel is pretty quiet here. Pretty quiet scroll wheel. Notchiness is like a 7 out of 10. So this is a totally serviceable scroll wheel. It's, I would say, good. It's not great. I'm happy with the clicks. That is, I was really worried about that. I'm bummed they didn't send me the green one, but hey. Next thing, coating is actually something that as soon as I unboxed it when I was pulling out of the sleeve, I noticed that right away. This is an amazing coating. Can you guys see the color difference between the black on the side and the black on the bottom? This coating feels exactly like the, let's grab something else with a really good coating. No, it feels thicker. It feels thicker than the Mcho's K7. Maybe. They're similar. No, it is grippier. It is more rubbery. This reminds me a lot of the the Viper V3 Hyperspeed, like the black Vipers. So that's actually a very good coating. I wonder if I should try to get a white one. I wonder if the white one is going to be like a goated level coating. Really, really nice coating. So now let's talk shape, okay? So it's a pretty classic ergo shape. Let me see if I can grab, do I have, are there any shapes you guys would want me to compare it to? Here, I'll grab a Death Adder V3. And let's also grab a Lamzu Pero. This is the Pero Aurora. You know what? It's actually a little bit similar to the Pero Aurora, but a little bit bigger. Dude, look at that bottom skate on the Pero Aurora. Oh, sorry. I'm like literally not showing it to you. I'm sorry. Oh, my camera froze. Hang on. It'll come back. Oh, my camera's like my phone's freezing up. I don't know if it's overheating or what. There we go. Okay. Look at that bottom skate. They look like the same exact bottom skate. Oh my gosh. I wonder if they are. Top skate's obviously different. Sensor placement's similar on both of them. It's slightly like biased towards the thumb groove side. So yeah, the shape, it's a pretty classic ergo shape where your right side slopes outward as you go more towards the front. There's a nice little spot right here that is kind of asking to put your ring finger there. So that feels nice. So if you're a person who grips far forward, I think you'll like this feature here. Like on the Death Adder. The Death Adder didn't really quite have it. The Pero has it too, but on the Pero it's like really, really high up. It's like all the way here. Whereas on this, it's a little bit further down. It's like here. So that's actually rather nice. But if you're a more palm grip type person, yeah, you have a little bit of a spot for your ring finger right along the flank here. Pinky grip, yeah, again, the curvature. Here, if we take a look at the bottom, where it starts getting narrow, we're looking about right here. Similar on the Pero. Death Adder is a little bit flatter on both sides, which is shocking. So this is a little bit more curvy, like an EC. Yeah, I would say, let me see. I don't think I have any wireless Zowies, but I do think I have. What is this? I don't know what size EC this is. Here's a Zowie EC. Don't know what size though. Is this an EC2? I think this is an EC2. So one thing that's nice about the scroll wheel placement, okay, on the Peros is decently far forward. The RAWM has a pretty far forward scroll wheel, which is similar to Zowie. Here, you guys can see that. The Zowie's is pretty far forward. Oh my gosh, it's actually really similar to an EC2. I think this is an EC2. Even the skates, dude, look at the skates. Well, this is really similar to an EC2. I want to say the EC2 might be a coating difference. Son of a gun, they're really similar. The sensor placement, see how this one's like more right biased, like towards my thumb? But like, look at, oh my gosh, these are really similar. Look at the curvature here. It kind of gets to the narrowest point in all three areas. I'll try to zoom in a little bit more for you guys. The flare out is kind of the same proportion at the front. Oh my gosh, bro. Even like the shell looks so similar. Look at the seam line. Like something that isn't talked about enough is how much of an angle is here. So some mice, I was talking about the high ground with this. This one has a very shallow like chamfer here. So you can put your fingers like really far down. Whereas other mice have a really high one, the Zaopin Z1. Let me grab that. The Zaopin Z1, see how much black is here? So if you put your finger like dragging on the mouse pad, you actually feel this. It feels like the mouse just kind of disappears under you. Wow, dude, these clicks actually feel really nice in it. They're a little bit I would say they're a moderate heft. I personally prefer a lighter weight one, but those TTCs, I might not change those out. Those feel really good. I'm glad RAWM fixed that. The ES21 was so disappointing. This is such an amazing shape. But yeah, the size of the base is like pretty much identical with both of them. Holy crap, it doesn't look like it, because look at that. From the top, it's something about the button proportions that make it seem different. I wish the side buttons were bigger. I mean, Zowie does a good job with their side buttons. But dude, this is like a direct EC clone. Like the Z1, let's compare it to the Z1. So like instantly the scroll wheel difference between the Z1 and the ER21 is like night and day. ER21 feels farther forward and smaller. Whereas the Z1, it sticks up like really high. Yeah, the coding difference, I really can't understate. The coding on this is actually quite good. And the ER21 compared to the Z1. Z1 seems a little bit less curvy. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know. I hope this helped, Cow. Z1 looks the same. It is similar. Yeah, it is similar to the Z1. I would say, so Z1 has bigger side buttons, but they don't protrude enough. Man, it does look like a Z1 though, doesn't it? Like, look at the curvature. Look at the seam on the button. It looks really similar. This is obviously different. The scroll wheel is different. The Z1 feels, I would say the main differences with the Z1 in terms of shape are the Z1 just has a really fat base to it that like rounds away too much. So personally, if I grip really close to the mouse pad, it feels a little bit weird. If you grip higher up, it won't be a problem. And the right side on the Z1 feels flatter here. This feels a little bit more subtly curved. Let's check weight. Let's check the weight. Where did I put my scale? Oh, there's my scale. Okay. It doesn't feel insanely light. This might be a good balanced weight for you, Cow. You can only get the normal version with 100M and 3395. I think Omron's in this would still feel okay. This is just a very raw click feel. It just doesn't feel like the shell just isn't getting in your way at all, which is nice. 50.28 grams. I'll take a quick little photo of that too, if I can remember where I put my phone. Where did I put my phone? Okay, I'm gonna use the Find My Phone on my watch. There it is, it's charging. That's right. Yeah, I don't know, the ER21, it feels pretty good, dude. I've gotta say, it feels pretty good. I'm not like... I'm not absolutely in love with the shape, but it feels like a very good execution. I think, if all things considered, the Z1, I think my Z1's weight modded. I think I have this weight modded. I think this is with a 500 milliamp hour. So, the RAWM has better skates. I think it's a better shape. It's a better weight. It has a 300 milliamp hour battery. This comes with a 500 milliamp hour. Click feel. I do like the lighter Omron opticals in the Z1, but the click feel is objectively better on the ER21. It's just that I prefer the switches personally in the Z1. Scroll wheel, I would give it to the I would say they're the same in terms of scroll wheel. Side buttons, I'm gonna say the Z1 is bigger, but the ER21 protrudes more, and they're actually both very good. If you like lighter side buttons, the ER21. If you like more spammable, a little bit of post travel, the Z1 is better. Skates, I gave it to the RAWM. Weight, I gave it to the RAWM. Coding, definitely the RAWM. The Z1's coding isn't terrible either. Mr. LKL says, I eventually want to get a RAWM mouse with massive skates, but I'm waiting for a Nordic 54 series MCU. Yeah, well, the Leviathan V4, whatever that they said, is coming out soon. They're teasing it. The ES21, I think it's the same shell, but I asked them and they said no, it's a new mold. So we'll see. Yeah, what a shame. The click feel in this is such a shame. It's just so dull and just not enough travel. What a shame. Yeah, so the ER21, this is pretty good. I'm bummed they sent me a black copy. I would have been really curious how the coding was with the other colors. It's definitely fingerprinty. Yeah, definitely fingerprinty. Not absolutely terrible, but yeah. I don't know. You guys have any other specific questions? I won't disassemble this now. I'll actually use it a little bit and try to come up with comments for a review. But you got any other questions on it? Feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm gonna put some of this stuff away. Put the Z1 away. Put the Paro away. And the Death Adder and the EC. Yeah, dude, it feels like an EC2. It really does. Dude. That's uncanny. Because they look different. They really do look kind of different. I didn't talk about finger grooves. Finger grooves feel fine. They're not deep. There's definitely something there. Click feels definitely better the further down you go, but up high it's still okay. As long as you're in line with the scroll wheel, I think you're going to be pretty okay. Yeah, I do rather like this. I kind of wish it was smaller. Like, personally, I think probably my favorite small ergo shape of all time might be EC3. Maybe. I don't know. I also really like the Incut G Hero and Rocket Pure Air. But I would say that's pretty darn close to an EC clone, EC2 clone, if you wanted to just pick a really darn good EC clone. I would say this clone is an accurate term for this. This really does feel one-to-one. I'll get the white, change out the Omron 100M. 100 and A7 feels a bit heavy. Yeah, they have too much post travel on them that, like, after the actuation, there's too much spring back, making them feel heavy. That's why I'm not a fan of Omron mechanicals. Is the front of the main click shielded, or is there a pinch risk? I would say there is a pinch risk, but it's like, it's not shielded like the ES21 is here. Not completely. But it's also not, it's not as bad as other mice. Like, just because there's so much rounding here. So, like, the Dare You here, this is pretty vertical right here, right? So I guess you could pinch there. Whereas this, the, like, side of it rounds up pretty high before the seam comes in. And then on this side, I don't think you'll be pinching on the left side of the mouse because you'd have to be putting your thumb here. And that's just, I don't know, maybe some people out there do that. I don't know, you hold it like that or something. It's kind of insane. But no, I would say no pinch risk. It looks like there's one, but I wouldn't say there is. Unless, if you do a 131 grip, I would say probably not. Just because it comes up so high. It does make the mouse look more dated though, doesn't it? The side, like shielding as you called it, is more of a modern look. Yeah. Oh, the Royal Clutch has a pretty good coating too. I forget about this mouse. This is a 3311 mouse. Yeah, so that's it for the RAWM ER21. RAWM-com. Oh, really? Oh. My wife said the baby was kicking. You felt like very obvious?
Yeah.
Like really obvious?
I think that was like the most obvious that it's felt. It felt like a foot just went into me.
Oh, into your front?
Yeah.
Your foot got kickboxed.
Like here and here.
Right there, right on the bottom of your tummy. Aww. He kicking. Yeah. Were you talking? You think that prompted him? No, not talking. Nova farted again. I wonder if she does have to go. Stinky dog. Stinky doggy. No, she hasn't asked to go. No. But she's a stinky dog. Yay, baby kicks. Isn't that cool? Nito Burrito got a baby growing in there. How it got in there? I don't know. It's pretty wild. Yikes. All right, let's go back onto our regularly scheduled modding stream. Zaopin Z1, little baby egg, little teeny tiny mouse. It doesn't feel that teeny tiny because it has kind of a wide grip width. Yeah, I don't know, the Huano transparent blue shells in this do actually feel pretty good. Like maybe I'm stupid for wanting to mod it, but you know, I'm stupid, so let's do it. Change up my screwdriver tip to one that'll fit a little bit better. Oh boy. So maybe I'll do some gaming today. I don't know. I played the finals for the first time. It was alright. I really need to get to learn the game because I just lost so many fights where it was just like, I don't know. I'm like shooting, I like get the first drop on a dude and I'm shooting him, and then he just nukes me with some ability, like some charge ability or like ground pound ability or like the grapple hook thing, and then you just get shotgunned and you're like, oh damn. So I think I need to just learn some of the things to watch out for a bit more. And then of course learning the flow of it. I just felt like there were times where I was aimlessly running around, not entirely sure like what the map flow is or the objective flow. My friend recommended to me that I try some team deathmatch, and I did that and it was okay. I think objective based modes are better though, in terms of like, did she fart again? What is that? I don't think that was her. I don't know. Team deathmatch can just be a little, oh, honey, you can't chew on that, dog. Well, I don't know. She might have to go, dude. She's not asking, but you think she's holding it because she feels bad? She would tell me? Okay. I'm still wondering how long it will take for Armor and Opticals to start double clicking. Well, you understand that double clicking is because of, like worn out springs, and it's only inherent to mechanical switch operation. Like opticals in theory shouldn't be able to double click ever, because there's no need to program in a debounce. Oh, is this like really stuck in there? Oh yeah, she's stuck in there good. Zaopin Z Pro or Z1 Pro. Not to be confused with the ZPW. Look at how the encoder's on the other side. What a wild world we live in. Let's turn the old soldering iron back on. And pluck out a few switches. I got a teeny tiny 80 milliamp hour battery in this. I don't use this mouse that much, so I'm not going to change it. It's tempting, but I suppose I could. What's the pinout? If the pinout BTR, and what are my batteries here? If these are they are. Okay, I'm going to swap out the battery just because I can. It'll increase the weight by like 1 gram. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Z1 Pro, this is an old mouse, but I mean, like, old is like so irrelevant. Like, I don't know, there aren't really huge advancements. Anything from like 2020, Lamzu kind of came out in 2022, right? 3395 was kind of out around then. Like anything 3395 with like decent wireless performance, you don't need. I don't know. When I say old, people equate old to being bad. But Z1 Pro got a really good tech power up review, so like, I don't know, I would use this in a competitive setting. For sure. You kidding? Problem is, I just don't aim well with egg shapes. The grip width is usually too wide for me to like really feel precise. 3395 not old, I know. Yeah, that's the other thing, is just people's definition of old differs, but like, I don't know. I was helping somebody on like Reddit or the Discord or something, and they were like concerned that like a certain mouse was out of date, and it was the 3395 mouse, and I was like, I guess it's an older product, but that doesn't mean it's a bad product. I don't know. And like the whole 4K hertz thing, like, I don't know. In certain scenarios in Kovacs, like, I can tell a difference, but it's so negligible. I would rather have the battery life improvement. But then as soon as I hop in a visually cluttered game like Battlefield, I can't even tell the difference. So to me, 4K is like not at all a selling point. I buy the 1K hertz version, use the 1K hertz dongle all day. I mean, at work, I even set my mouse often to 500 hertz. Because like, I care more about battery life at work. And I'm on a 165 hertz monitor at work too, so yeah, that research paper that Daz and I talked about on the Mousecast Christmas episode, RIP lowest viewed episode, was that paper was really insightful. They gave a really good visual of what higher refresh looks like a cursor on a black background, and it pretty much accurately describes how I don't, it's really hard. It basically has to do with like the gap between pointer trails, and the gap on higher polling rates. Just like, instead of it being kind of like clustered, it's a little bit, instead of it being so like bunched up, it's a little bit more consistent. But it's like such a minor difference. I'd be lying to you if I told you I could tell the difference in game. I'd have to play like very specific reactive tracking Kovacs scenarios. And even then, I don't know if in a blind test I would be like, this is 4K, this is 1K. Why am I soldering iron not melting? Why you don't melt? $3370 I'm considering old. I'm consider old, but I know 3395 SE to 3950 you'll not notice any difference. Yeah, careful though. I would take a 3370 over a 3950 or 3395 SE, because a 3395 SE is just a 3311, you know. So your VXC R1 you have, that's a 3311 in it. Take it apart and take a look. It'll be labeled as such, but it's a 8-pin configuration. 3395 or 3311. Yeah, I'd take a 3370 over that any day. 3370, you'll get lower power consumption, and more proven firmwares. I don't know. But yeah, 3311 is also a fine sensor. You just don't get higher polling rates, which again, I said I'm fine with. But for me, the main thing is just the battery life hit. That, and just, it seems like, I don't know, the like a more budget branded mice, you know, they don't spend as much time with getting the firmware to be really competitive. It's interesting how Tech Power at PiezoGal didn't even give the GPX2 Superlight a recommendation award. $3311 or $3335 stuff. Yeah. Yeah, 3335 was like really... I'm pretty sure the 3311 is based on 3395, but I could be wrong. They look the same as I guess all I'll say there. And they both have like pretty bad power... they have pretty poor battery life. Also, most mechanical switches start double-clicking due to manufacturers running the switches out of spec. Usually the current on the switch doesn't meet the wetting current specs. Really? Why do they do that? Are they running at a lower power to like advertise better lower voltage for like lower power consumption or something? Yeah, I'll use this RAWM mouse. I'll keep. Is that still on camera? No, it's not. If I zoom way the heck out, is it on camera? No. Okay. Yeah, I'll use that RAWM at some point, maybe today. I don't know. I'm still bummed they sent me the worst color. The most forgettable color. Like, doesn't this just look like a forgettable mouse? I'm sorry, ROM. You want to catch people's attention, you gotta have some flash. Gotta have some pizzazz. And obviously some people there get it because they went and updated all of the SH01, MH01 to have metallic purple, metallic red. So clearly they do understand that aesthetics are important, because the whole metallic trend is a big one this year. Generic as hell, but I like simplicity. Yeah, I wish they'd at least sent the white one. The white does also show up well on camera. Because it's kind of frustrating, like trying to describe shape, and then it's like, I don't know, they send you a black one, and it can be kind of hard to see curvature and stuff. On a black mouse. Okay, let's put the icicles on the Omron opticals here. You guys see Borderlands 4 is out? I Hardware Unboxed did like a 40 GPU performance ranking or something of Borderlands 4, and apparently the game is rather unoptimized. I did not watch the full review. I just, prepping for this podcast, I saw it in my recommendation and I skipped to the summary, and just to see how the GPUs are doing, and like 1440p 1440p medium settings, like an RTX 5080 was only getting like 80 FPS. That's pretty bad. Yeah. I know, so my 9070, or maybe, sorry, I might be thinking 4080. 5080 might have been a bit higher. But it's like, yeah, the chart, like 5090, was maxing out the chart at like, what, 110, 120 FPS? 1440p medium. That's crazy, dude. It's like half the frame rate I get in Battlefield. So that's a little disappointing to see. I don't know. I really like the Borderlands games. I don't play many non-PvP games, but Borderlands is one that I've rather have enjoyed. So Borderlands 4, like, I probably wouldn't spend full price on it anyway, but I sure as heck am not if I'm only going to get like 80 FPS in it with my 9070 and 9800 X3D. Wow, that solder is really not wanting to take to the pad. Holy smokes. There's also a 4-year-old post on r/hardware about out-of-spec mouse switches. What a shame. It seems like there's got to be a reason, Mr. LKL, right? What would the reasoning be? Did I toast this pad? I don't see it. It didn't come out with the mouse switch. No? Huh. I'm gonna have to test that. Okay. Well, let's just try the other switch for now, and then I'll test them both. Generic as hell. Yeah. I guess I'm saltier about the mouse color than what I should be, because I did get a free mouse from RAWM, but it's more so like it's so much less interesting in a thumbnail now. It is so much less interesting. I think that's my main beef. I don't know. There's people who go out there and buy. They had a Razer Viper Signature Edition in black, and then the white one gets released and they go out and they buy the white one. Like, I'm sorry, but it kind of works. Okay, I'm gonna try putting like heat directly onto the solder pad. See if that works. That might have worked. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. It looks like there's a gap there. It's not the prettiest soldering job, but okay. Incoming window sound. That was me. Okay, left mouse works. Right mouse works. Did it double click on me? Okay, no. There we go. Okay, window sound again. That was me. Sorry, guys. All right. Let's slap this here. Double check the pinout on the battery. BTR. Yep. Okay. Looks good. Yeah, for dinner tonight, Lauren. Yeah, hot dogs today sounds good. So the turkey meat doesn't have to be used up anytime soon. We do have a lot of chicken that I just put in the fridge. Maybe should I freeze it? We are going to use it this week? Okay. Pulled chicken and soup this week. Yum, yum, yum. I got a lot of leftover fettuccine to eat too today. What are you guys having for dinner tonight? Or did you already have dinner? You need a new tip or try to fix the current one. It should wet easily with solder. Yeah, especially since I'm at like 650 degrees. Which is rather warm. So something interesting is on the Z1 here, middle mouse has room for a full-size micro switch, but this plunger is like a taller plunger, and it's pretty spammable already as it is, so I'm not going to change that. But if I wanted to, I do have like taller micro switches now that I could have tried instead. Okay. Just making sure this all looks good before I button her back up. All right. Colors are cool, but logo is cringe for me. ATK, VG, and M chose. Oh, so you like no logo? Well then, yeah, the ER21 has no logo. They do have RAWM on the side by the thumb, but it's, I guess, somewhat tastefully done. It's black on black. I think that looks pretty good. Other side is clear, nothing. Yeah, it's pretty minimalist. RAWM. It's funny, RAWM just like all of a sudden had a renaissance. They like had the MH01 and the SH01, and both of those were like good mice, but very heavy. And then all of a sudden, the ES21 comes out and it's like, boom, here's something super lightweight, really good build quality, really good coating, really good skates. Crappy clicks, but and they followed it up with the ER21, which I'm saying that's a really good mouse. Like, is it S tier? I'm biased because I don't like ergos that much, but in terms of an ergo, I would say it's better than the ATK Z1. Objectively, it's lighter weight, has a better coating, better skates. The only thing I think the Z1 does better is maybe if you like a further back scroll wheel, and if you like Omron opticals. These TTC opticals feel good. Why can't TTC opticals be the new meta instead of Omron 100Ms? They feel like a very precise switch. They're a little bit on the like moderate heft side. I like a lighter switch for spambility, but they're just they're very precise feeling switch, very positive click confirmation without being like stupidly loud like KLGM 8.0s. Like the click feel on a TTC optical, it's a very sharp, like a V-shaped click. It's very sharp, very sudden, whereas like a TTC Gold is very tactile also, but it's a little bit more rounded in the way the tactility feels. Omron mechanicals are more of a sharp V shape. Omron opticals are a little bit of both. I think Omron opticals are a rather unique switch that deserves more love, but then again, I think they do get a lot of love. It's really just there are some people, like I know Boardsy's not a fan of them. That's fine. Like switch feels subjective, but like I don't know why like so many manufacturers use Ratias, and Ratias just kind of, it's like Razer's implementation ain't terrible. A couple of like occasionally you'll get like a UC lottery winner spec pulsar mouse, like my Founders Edition X2H Mini is. Oh, Mr. LKL, you're right. I gotta tin the tip. I gotta tin the solder tip. Prevent it from oxidizing. Yeah, the one side of my soldering iron is oxidized all to hell. So I think, yeah, my iron's off right now. Very early on, when I first started learning to solder, somebody told me that I shouldn't ever put solder directly on the tip. And I had such a hard time soldering for years. And then I was just like one day, screw it, I'm putting it on the tip. And I don't know, it's been so much easier ever since. Like, if putting solder directly on the tip did reduce longevity, I would literally just get new tips every now and then, because tips are not expensive. I don't know, maybe the like premium ones can be. I really don't know. Like the tips that I'm using, I had a Hakko FX888 that I later sold just because I needed money at the time, and this Amazon one is working fine. So I think I'm using an old Hakko tip, but old as in it has been through the years, so I probably should replace it. But all my other tips seem fine, and they are like just the freebies that come with the kit. Ratios feel cheap compared to the even TTC Optical V1. Yeah, I agree. Ratios just feel cheap. TTC Optical V1s also can feel kind of cheap and hollow, though. Did you have the Wiseowl OGM Pro V2 and have it fill in hand? No, I have not tried a V2 Pro. I had a V1 Pro very briefly. Did not love the shape. Melon on stream earlier this week really likes the RAWM or the Wiseowl OGM Pro. So there's that. But it's kind of a short ergo. It's kind of like a short stubby ergo, kind of like a but it has like a higher button. It has a pretty high button height. It might feel feeling in the hand. All right. Let's put Humpty back together again. It's funny, I was at a memorial service for I don't really want to get into it. I was at a memorial service for somebody who passed away, and I was chit-chatting with my family in the parking lot, and they're all making fun of me because my license plate says phalanges. They're calling me phalanges. Oh, who was doing that? My wife asks. My mom and my Aunt Cheryl were phalanges. Yep, I have a vanity plate that is... I showed it on stream once, but I don't know if I shouldn't have done that, so I think I unlisted that video. Somebody out there could, like, figure it out, but yes, I have a vanity plate that says phalanges. Oh, those feel good. Oh yeah, baby. Armor and opticals make the world go round. You know what? I wonder if I made this too glossy. I might want to rough this up a little bit. Maybe I should have done that. Any other questions in chat? Armron has a big name. Oh yeah, big name. Dot type middle clicks are not as good as normal click. What do you think? Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Kyle. Shouldn't you be going to bed? Didn't you say it's like 3 a.m.? Probably going on 3:30 a.m. for you now. I'm actually going to take the Brillo pad to this. I think this is a little bit too glossy. I've been enjoying like a Brillo pad finish over the glossy finish recently, so we'll give this a shot. Yeah, the dot switches, the problem is they just don't have as much travel, so it just doesn't feel as spammable. Like, we like to talk about pre and post travel being the devil, but to some extent, particularly post travel is required for spammability. And if a switch just doesn't have a lot of travel to it, it can feel shallow, and the shallowness can make it difficult to spam. Like, I don't know, there's such an obsession with like numbers, like ridiculous scan rates on keyboards and, you know, 0.001 millimeter travel distance, yada yada. And it's like, you guys do realize you probably, I don't know. Put a mechanical keyboard on like 0.1 millimeter actuation distance. It's like too sensitive. There's a reason why mechanical keyboard switches start at like 2 millimeters for actuation distance on like a linear switch. You know what? I probably don't need this battery hold down thing anymore at the bottom here. Say goodbye. How much weight savings do you guys think that is? I'm gonna say 0.17. No? 0.19. Ah, I should have stuck with 0.17. I was close. 0.14 instead. Bye-bye. Actually, this little plastic piece might come in handy. I might make that into a shim or something someday. Alright, back to my Brillo pad. My old trusty Brillo pad. You guys get to see me make circular motions with my hands for the next couple minutes. Have you ever weight modded? Bedtime for me. Have a good modding sesh. Yeah, good night, Mr. LKL. Thanks for tuning in. Like 4:30 says Cow. Man, dude, that's crazy. Have you ever weight modded an X2H Mini? What's the possible lowest weight? No, I have not, and the weight savings potential is not huge because the batteries in them are 300 milliamp hour, and they're only like 6.5, maybe 7 grams. So doing a battery swap, you'll save maybe 4 grams. Pulsar, that generation of Pulsar mice, they just use kind of large-ish sidewall thickness, which you can't really do a whole lot with. So, but yeah, Jeebus Glotzy, Jeebus. Pulsar's FCC filings did show an X2H crazy light and an X2N. Okay, they didn't show pictures, but the FCC listing is FCC's Federal Communications Commission here in the United States. So people who manufacture wireless things need to okay it with the FCC here in the US. So when there's a filing, sometimes there will be like photo leaks. That's why sometimes on stream we have FCC leaks. So the X2H crazy light, I assume, will be the mini size. I assume. All the other crazy lights have been mini. The X2 crazy light is an X2 mini. The X Lite crazy light is an X Lite V3 mini or V4 mini, whatever. Cow says, you make me want to try Omron Optical, but it's a bit expensive, more than double what Huano costs. Are you talking just the Switch? Or are you talking the entire mouse? Dude, depending on the mouse. Yeah, what's up, Lauren? Not too much longer. I'll probably end in the next 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. Get back. You're done and then I'll leave it out.
Okay, you're gonna vacuum? Okay. What time do you want dinner? I think we're still a little early here. 5:30? Maybe not so much. Well, your call. Well, grilling dogs doesn't take long at all. Eat at 6:30? Okay, sounds good. Do I want to take the side buttons out? Sure, I'll take the side buttons out. Why not? I hate the filing sound in a new mouse when M1 and M2 sound different. It triggers me when AI now mouse costs 60 to 120 euro. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know, I'm kind of the same way. Like, sometimes I used to put, like, a stiffer click, like a Huano Black Shell Red Dot or something in my mouse, too. So I would get fewer accidental actuations. But then the, like, click feel difference to mouse 1 would, like, just kind of bother me. Even if it's, like, objectively better. I don't know, maybe I just need to get over it. But yeah, Cow, I wouldn't say single switch alone. Yeah, if you're gonna mod it, it's... Switches are one of those things where, like, I get, like, oh, it's just a Switch. Why would I spend double the price? But if it's... Switches are... You should do quality over quantity. You should pursue quantity when trying to figure out what click feel you like. But then when you do have it figured out, go for quality. These aren't cheap. I bought So these I got like in Omron Opticals here in the US shipping from AliExpress are typically like $1 to $2 a piece per switch. I got these like for like 68 cents a piece, and I bought 70 some of them. Or I'm sorry, I bought $75 worth of them, like 70 some dollars worth. I bought 112 switches. And I'm really glad I did because, dude, I just put them in every mouse now. And I just know it's my favorite click feel. There's no more going back and forth of like, oh, this new Huano switch feels really good. Now, I'm probably going to like Omron Opticals more than anything new that comes out. So. Like mouse costs 800. Mouse costs 800 and two switch costs 80. I see, so it's like 10%. So if I were to put that in terms for like me, that'd be like a $40 mouse where switches cost $4. Yeah. I don't know. I'll stick by what I said. I'll stick by what I said in that switches quality over quantity is what you want to go for. Otherwise, you're just going to constantly be soldering and desoldering and never fully satisfied. So, I don't know. Take that advice for what it's worth. Thanks for asking my question. I'm looking forward to the Crazy Light version then. I am too. And dude, what do you think the X2N is? I have no idea. X2N? So they did X2F was their fingertip. So F for fingertip, right? X2H is for hump. Okay. So X2A is ambidextrous, right? It's the X2A that we all forget about, but that one is truly ambidextrous where it has side buttons on the right and left side. And it's pretty much, I think it's just, correct me if I'm wrong, the X2A is literally just an X2 with side buttons on the other side, right? It's not like for example, X2H, this was mind-blowing to me. I ignored the X2H for so long because I knew I didn't like the X2 shape, and I was like, just an X2 with a higher hump? No. The X2H has a narrower waist. It feels so different to me in hand. I love the X2H. The X2, I'm like, I friggin' sold my Boardsy edition. But X2H, I love it. It was my main mouse at work until I started noticing wireless interference issues. So, I don't know what the X2N is going to be. An Ergo? N? I don't know. I don't know what the X2N is going to be. X2N. Maybe something weird like a off Ergo, like a Repu VT7 or like a VGN Y2. You know, where it's like a semi-ergo, but has symmetrical influences. I don't know. In EU, Omron Opticals from Ali cost 160 euro plus. Yeah, that's exactly what I ran into too, dude. I deal hunted for it's the same story for me. Most of the listings right now, if I were to go on AliExpress, it's like $3.50, $4 for two switches. But then, you know, there'll be some coupons and coins that you can use, blah, blah, blah. I deal hunted for probably like 3 weeks or so until a crazy coin deal came up where I blew through like, I made a Discord post about it. I don't know if you're in our Discord, but I made a Discord post about it where I blew through, I want to say like $40, $50 in coins. So yeah, AliExpress is, I don't know, maybe it's different in Europe, but definitely here in the US, ever since the whole tariff situation went down, it seems like prices have skyrocketed, but coins and, sorry, bless me, but coins and other discounts have, I don't want to say just become more necessary. They've gotten like more in your face and more oh, did I use the wrong screw there? I think I used the wrong screw there. Son of a gun. Just stick with the same screw everywhere on your mice, please. Yeah, so if you're not on our Discord, me sweet X. Join our Discord. Get the roles. Get the do the reaction roll for deals chat. Anytime there's a deal, I'll do an @ mention so people get a notification. Same, X2H is so good. Didn't like my X2 crazy late for the shape. Yep. Maybe the end will be a semi-ergo like an NPO1. That's literally what I thought too. However, I don't get what the N would mean. Yeah, I don't know. But maybe we're looking for too much meaning in something that's just arbitrary. Like X2. Was there ever an X1? One place I worked at, we were getting a ERP system, enterprise resource planning software. It's basically like software that we were in manufacturing, I'll more or less say. And ERP software is basically software that allows you to track everything from inventory management to how many different SKUs you have and configurations. So like you can tell your technicians, you know, what configuration to build something in, to accounting to show like depreciation of assets, to you can make bills of material that show what components go into something and how many labor hours something requires. And ERP is just an overarching management program for a business. Primarily selling goods, but I guess you could also use it for selling services too. Yeah, you could use it for both. Oh yeah. Anyway, the software salesman who came to knocking on our door was like, yeah, we just assign, we'll integrate you guys into our family, into our product line, and you're just gonna use arbitrary numbers for everything. And I was so against it. I was so against it. It was really, I was against it because like there were a bunch of other issues with it, but it was, but the naming thing was like, I was like, no, we need to assign value, like we need to assign value to each and every letter in alphanumeric name. Like, I'm an engineer, right? And he was like, no, don't do that. Yeah. Yeah. Not terribly full though. It can be smushed down. What do you want, Lauren? Oh, are you? I can just smush it down like that. Oh, you're gonna empty the bin. Sorry. Okay. Oh. Wait. Stop shaking for a moment. Okay, that works. Okay. Sorry, we were just emptying the garbage, everyone. It's exciting content. Okay, I joined, but EU alley price go up 12%. Time to go to bed. 3:45 in the morning. Bye all. See you next time. Oh yeah, thanks for stopping in, me sweet X. Okay, well the Zaopin is done, I'd say. Too bad I don't have like dongle storage in this. I wish they had dongle storage. Bigger skates too would be nice. I could try to put bigger skates on this guy. I think I'll try using it like this for a little bit though. See how I like it if I want to go to bigger skates. I reckon my MCHO's skates might... Oh, they might be a little bit too big for it. Oh, those are WL mouse skates. And here's the MCHO skates. Yeah, MCHO skates are going to be a little bit too big. Bummer. MCHO's A5 to be specific. So we'll just put those away. I forget where I was going with that story about the ERP system. The point is, yeah, sometimes putting naming meaning behind names isn't as necessary as we would like it to be. As our, I don't know, it makes my brain feel good. I get it. Makes my brain feel good to have like a meaningful name. Oh, dog, are you scared? You guys want to see something funny? Wait, can you see us too well? Yeah, she gets scared of the vacuum. My wife's vacuuming right now. She gets all scared and just wants to hide behind me. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Well, the stream has devolved into me comforting my dog, so from the vacuum cleaner. So I think it's time to end it here. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. I do read every single comment. Join our Discord, link in the description. Mousecast this week is like, I think it'll be pretty normal, just gonna be me and Daz, no guests. I am working on getting Upgrade Lemonade on the show. So he's a rep for Ponage now, but he used to do reviews. And I'm also, breaking news, sort of, I teased it last stream, T-Volution, Joel from T-Volution might be coming on. I'm not gonna promise anything, but I DM'd him and he was like, that sounds really fun. So I sent him more details, no more communication since then, but maybe sometime soon. Oh, I'm so sorry, dog. She's so scared. She's so scared. So with that, I think, thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your Sunday. Catch y'all later.